What's good, y'all? This is C-Certified Brewhead, and we're gonna take you drinking craft beer in the United Kingdom. Let's go.
Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Y'all are brewheads? Yeah, we brewheads. So pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Yeah.
All right, y'all. So, Tiffany, Barrington, and I are here in London right now. And this is something really new for us, obviously, on the channel, because we've really only done Australia, Canada, and the States. Such a long story. Hit me up if you want the details, but we're out here for about 3 to 4 weeks. And what I thought is I'll do a general where to drink craft beer vlog in the UK and just suss out the scene here. So I did a bit of research. I tapped in with the boys from the Craft Beer channel. Shout out to Johnny for giving me some recommendations. Anyone I know who has been here, hit me up, and or I hit them up, sorry, and got some recos. So what I've done so far, we've been here about 4 days. We've mainly just hit pubs, and the pub culture here is a whole other thing. Now, these places aren't like a craft beer kind of thing. They are new to me, a lot of these beers, so I didn't capture any content of those, so I'm going to continue to go to pubs. If I see anything that's super sick, I'll mention it here. So randomly, a couple of days ago, in the Borough Market, I bumped into the boys from Milan. They're going to a festival in Manchester with track brewing with a whole bunch of Canadian breweries. And absolutely random, so random. So I was asking how everything has been for them, and they told us about this place right behind me called The Stranded. Now, one of the things I was looking for here, I was like, when in Rome, you know, like I'm a haze guy, you guys know what's up. Also a crispy guy, but I was like, okay, I'm in Europe, and one of the things we cannot get in Canada or North America or Australia is a fresh pint of Czech Pilsner that has not been on a boat of sorts. And this pub here called The Stranded, as you can see the Budvar sign right behind me, that is what they do. They do official proper Czech pours here. They have, I believe, 5 different Budvar beers, a bunch of other guest beers, which I don't give a fuck about because I'm here for the Budvar. I'm excited, and the boys said it was incredible. I imagine it's going to be just as they said. Let's go inside and get some European craft beer in our face hole. The next stop on where to drink craft beer in the United Kingdom is here at the Blackened Sun in Milton Keynes. I'm here with Uncle Terry, and this is your fave brewery.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a wonderful place. No frills, beautiful beer. Fantastic.
I love it. So Milton Keynes is about, it was like 30, 40 minutes on the train north of London. So you guys might know Dan. Dan's been on the channel a bunch. This is Dan's wonderful father and Tiffany's uncle. He is a legend. We have hung out in Toronto, in Montreal, in Burlington, Vermont. And you have to show him his tattoo, actually. Terry
really
is a gangster. You want to do this. The people need to see this. We took Terry to the Alchemist in Vermont. I just feel like the people need to see this. Look at this. God damn it. John Kimmich need to give Terry free beer for life. Look at that. You got the full brand. It is beautiful. I love it. So we went to a place called the Warbler on the Wharf before that, which was a beautiful pub, I guess. And that's the other thing here. We haven't been including all the pubs because it's just too difficult to include everything.
Yes, so the Warbler is one of life's pleasures. Right down on the canal edge and by a wharf full of boats. And
stunning.
What could be nicer?
It was beautiful. So we hit that, and then we came right here to the Blackened Sun. So this is like the first, that was a regular, British style pub, which is wonderful. This is a craft brewery here, and you've known Gary, the owner, for a while.
I've known him for longer than I care to know. Really a long time, yes.
So I grabbed the lager to start, but I saw you drinking the hazy IPA and it looked very murky and beautiful.
It's an absolute joy. The Sunspot.
Sunspot?
Perfect. Yeah.
Ooh, I love it.
Recommend
This is one of those typical craft brewery, industrial areas, which is exactly what we like to see. So we are going to go crash some pints at the Blackened in Milton Keynes. Take a look. Y'all, the next stop in the Wet Drink Craft Beer in the United Kingdom is here at the MK Beer Garden in Milton Keynes. So this is like a beer bar. This is the first beer bar I've been to here. They have a fridge full of craft beers. Have not seen that here. Pretty tight, pretty cozy. Love it. It's rammed. It's a rainy day, which is probably pretty typical for England. The tap list, they got 7 or 8 taps, bunch of German stuff, bunch of local stuff. I think it's pretty sick. I'm seeing a nice mix of people already there. It's kind of hipster, which is the vibes that I love. This is sick. By the way, shout out to Blackened. That was dope. They also had a cafe section there as well, where they were doing mixology and coffee, which was super fire. Very rare at a brewery as well to have full cafe section. This is sick. I'm excited to check it out and get a couple frothies in me. Let's go. Y'all, the next stop on the Wet Drink Craft Beer in the UK is Brewhemia here in Edinburgh in Scotland. We just got here, and right across the street from the train station is this glorious beer bar, I guess, or restaurant that is full of tank beer. So they seem to be like a styrofoam bar, which is what they're advertising the most, but they also have Budvar, Innocent Gun, some local craft, all sorts of crazy shit on tank beer, which you can see at the front. There's some tanks on the wall. This is incredible. You literally step across the street. You can see the table there, Tiff, and we're with her cousin Darren and his Mrs. Minda, and both our dogs, Barrington and Nigel, super cute. And we just walk across and we're just drinking fire beer. We've been here 30 seconds. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't know if we're going to eat here, but they have a killer food. The place is rammed. I'm just blown away by how amazing this is. This is glorious. I'm excited to explore Scotland. Let's take a look at Brewhemia. Y'all, the next stop on Wet Drink Craft Beer in the United Kingdom is Vault City here in Edinburgh. This is the We Vault, essentially just a tap room. These guys, I've been on their email list for like 3, 4, 5 years and never tried their beers until yesterday in Milton Keynes at the beer garden. I had their sour, and basically they are a sour beer. When I say their sour, I had one of their sours. So this is like a little satellite. They do have a brewery here, but it was like kind of far, and I'm like, well, the hotel's like a 10-minute walk from here. Boom, wicked. I'm excited to try and see what they got. I just saw, the most Scottish drink of all time is Iron Brew, and they did a whole 4 different Iron Brew sours, which is pretty fucking fire. Also, this is mid-June in Scotland. It's brick. It's raining. I don't know. This whole trip has been rain. So UKing, you know the vibes. All right, let's go check it out. right, y'all, the next spot in our Where to Drink Craft Beer in the United Kingdom is Cold Town House here in the Old Town in Edinburgh. As you can see, this brewery is right next to the Edinburgh Castle. Absolutely bonkers. To be honest, I don't know anything about this place. I saw it and I was like, oh, that's pretty sick. And we walked in just to suss it out and it looks legit. So they got a rooftop patio that looks directly at the castle as well, which is insane. So we're like, you know what? It'd be rude to not pop in and grab a quick frothy and see what's going on. So let's go check it out. All right, y'all, the next up on the Where to Drink Craft Beer in the UK is Fierce Beer here. I guess we're in the new town, not Old Town anymore. So this, I just heard about this today. Don't know much about it, but I saw on their Instagram and on the Google Maps thing that they had a bunch of different styles, guest taps, the whole thing, and it's kind of like pretty close to the touristy area of the Old Town. And we just went to that Cold Town brewery with that rooftop. Was insane. So good. So just trying to crush a couple quick ones here, see what's going on. It's a quiet Monday and it's a little brick. As you can tell, it is June and I'm wearing a jacket and a hoodie. Unexpected where our good friends in Toronto are wearing shorts and t-shirts, but it's okay. We're out here. We're enjoying it. We'll see you inside. All right, y'all, the next spot in the Where to Drink Craft Beer in the UK is Otherworld here, and I believe this is like on the way to Leith. I'm not sure of the exact area. I think this street's called Elm Row. Pretty sweet, big shopping street. I connected with these dudes, shout out to Tim, on Instagram, and I saw them, funnily enough, in the MK Beer Garden fridge, and I was like, ooh, what's this about? Didn't even clock that they were here in Edinburgh. So we took a walk down to about half an hour from the hotel. These guys look like they do a bunch of haze, so quite excited to get into it. Let's go see what's up. All right, y'all. The next up on the Where to Drink Craft Beer in the UK is Shilling Beer here in Glasgow. We just arrived this afternoon, and this is the first spot. So this is downtown. It's not too far from the hotel, about 10-minute walk. From what I could tell online, they brew their own beer, I believe, on site, and they had only 3 beers on tap of their own, but they had a pretty sizable guest list as well as wine and all sorts of fun stuff. That is something to note here. Basically, everywhere has had wine and spirits. It's very, very cool. Kind of more like the States as opposed to Canada, where it's like quite few and far between. They also do killer pizza, and Tiffany and I have been wanting to try haggis since we're in Scotland. We did have a haggis Scotch egg on the first night in Edinburgh, which is pretty cool. And they got haggis pizza here. So we're like, all right, let's give that a crack. So I'm excited to check it out. The building looks like an old bank or something. Pretty wild. All right, let's go inside. right, y'all. The next up on the Wet Drink Craft Beer in the UK is here at INNIT in the West End in Glasgow. I am actually by the Kelvin River, which is right below me there. And you'll be able to see, like, in the corner, there's like a patio that sits right there, which is pretty sick. And this sort of red brick building here is where you enter. This place was suggested by a few people. It came up also in the searches, like a beer bar type shit. I'm keen to do it. Also, I went to go to the Grunting Growler yesterday in the West End as well. And it wasn't marked on Instagram or on the Google Maps that it was under construction, like redoing the place. So I was kind of annoyed because we walked pretty far to get there. So keep an eye on that. I did put it through Google Maps to say temporarily closed. So maybe by the time people see this vlog, it'll be back open, but something to keep an eye on. So let's go check out INNIT. Y'all, the next up in the Wet Drink Craft Beer in UK is Ghost Whale here in Brixton. So this is a craft beer bottle shop and tap room, which is pretty sick. They got a second location in Putney, I heard, but we were in Brixton for this afternoon. So we're like, you know what? When in town, let's check it out. Let's see what's good. Alright, y'all, the next up in the Wet Drink Craft Beer in the UK is Craft Beer Co. here in Covent Garden. I saw this on a vlog where dudes were trying to get like the most expensive pint in London, and they did a 45-pound pint of some like barrel-aged fucking brown ale, some shit crazy. So I think they got a pretty good lineup. I don't know if there's a ton of craft beer in this area actually, so there's a few of these around the city. So keen to see how it is. Let's go. Y'all, the next up in the Wet Drink Craft Beer in the UK is Tiny Rebel here in Cardiff in Wales. This is random as fuck. We are out here for the weekend with our cousins, and this brewery was actually recommended by our cousin Minda and also by the homies on Reddit. When I say the homies, the people in the craft beer Reddit. Basically, I don't know a lot about it, but Cardiff has been cool as fuck. This is such a dope city. This looks like a really fun brewery. This is right downtown. There's a castle like a block or so away, which is pretty dope. I like it. Everyone is so nice. The Welsh people are funny. They're so sweet. Looking forward to checking it out. Let's go take a look. right, y'all. The next stop on the Where to Drink Craft Beer in the UK is here at the Bermondsey Beer Mile. So this is essentially, I believe, 2 miles, not even one, 2 miles of breweries in a strip. Over the years, there has been a whole ton in the area. A bunch have closed, a bunch live on, a bunch of legendary, a bunch of new guys. It seems really, really cool. So what I'm going to try to do today is hit 3 based on research and different people I've spoken to that sound like most interesting to me. And we're going to start at this one right here called Anspach Hob Day, the most British name of all time. These guys do British style beer, so I thought it'd be a great start. Actually, we were just saying, Tiff was saying it reminds us of Philadelphia, where Evil Genius is. There's like a brewery in this kind of like by the rail line, like in an arch under a bridge, which is pretty dope. So I'm gonna go check this one out. Let's get it going. All right, y'all, the next stop on the Where to Drink Craft Beer in the UK is Cloudwater. So these guys are the, if I'm not mistaken, OG UK Haze Lords. It's so sick. This beer mile is awesome. Anspach was so fire. I didn't realize how early things close on the Sunday, so we are kind of in a rush. I wish I could have stayed for a few more. It was so cool. And all of these businesses, once again, on this is a different side, different street. There's a cidery, there's another brewery right next door, there's restaurants, there was a wine bar up there. It's just so cool, man. So Cloudwater, Haze, OGs, excited to see how they're doing these days. I haven't had their stuff in quite some time, but I'm amped. Let's go. Y'all, the next stop and the Where to Drink Craft Beer in the UK is the Colonel here in the Bermondsey Beer Mile. This is our third and final stop this evening. This is probably the most recommended brewery that we had heard about here. I'd seen them on tap at a few places and I kind of held off on getting them just because I want to drink it from the source. I don't know what they specifically thrive in, but I definitely saw a lot of IPAs from them on tap in different places, whether it was Westies or Haze. I couldn't tell for sure. I'm just excited to go check it out. Someone is yelling someone at a car. This is pretty funny. That is European as fuck. We'll see you inside. All right, y'all, the next stop on Where to Drink Craft Beer in the UK is Clapham Craft right here in Clapham Junction. This might be the last stop, actually, on this trip. We leave tomorrow for France and Italy. Just hit the barber, so, you know, man's as fresh as. So I just left the station before to go to the barber, and I walked past, I was like, oh shit, this is a space here that's like a typical thing that we've been seeing a lot here. Bottle shop and a tap room, which is amazing. So I'm gonna go see what they're saying. Let's check it out. right, y'all. So this brings us to the end of the Where to Drink Craft Beer in the UK vlog. It has been a whirlwind. We've been here for about 5 to 6 weeks with a bit of a 12-day break going to Germany, Thailand, and Australia, which we're going to post a Where to Drink Craft Beer in Melbourne Part 2 vlog shortly after this. Overall, this is my first time, like I said in the beginning, I believe. It was like a month and a half ago, so I can't remember what I said. I'm pretty sure I said I haven't been to the UK since the end of 2004, beginning of 2005. So that I didn't know jack about craft beer back then. So overall, my general thoughts are it is an exceptional scene out here. I feel like when I came here, I thought I would be struggling to find fire. I knew about a few breweries and sort of what was going on, but I didn't know the level of fire, I guess. And I'm overall extraordinarily impressed. I did a bit of everything. Some of the things I sought out some beer places like the Bermondsey Beer Mile and a few different beer bars and breweries. Other things, I just kind of bumped into it, went with the flow. We went to a pub, cool, tried different things. Like I said, I didn't document a lot of pubs on this. I thought there was kind of no point really, because they're not craft beer destinations. They're just a part of being in the UK. The pub culture is very strong here like it is in Australia, and I was happy to be reminded of that. So overall, I feel like I got all different styles at a high level. These supermarket beers, the easy to access stuff, are cool. Like everything's there's a few like sort of bought out beers, a few bunch of macros from here in Europe. I was sort of a little disappointed to not see Pilsner Raquel everywhere. I literally didn't see it once anywhere at all here. I would have got it. I saw Budvar one time, and I grabbed that like yesterday. So overall, I feel like finding craft beer was a little bit of a challenge. Like it wasn't right in your face everywhere. There's almost always a good tap on almost wherever you go. Not always, but most of the time. And when you did find a craft beer place, it was on. And the different beer bars and that are also the bottle shops were exceptional. It was just like anything I'd experienced in the States or even Australia. Not so much in Canada because we don't have it like that. But I really enjoyed that. I found that was such a cool experience and very much like home. Exactly the same. I'm looking through the different brands. Some of them I was aware of, some not. Checking dates on the cans, and if not, checking Instagram and all that stuff. So I found it really cool. But overall, if you're coming to the UK, I think this is a really good start. It's far, really not as comprehensive as I would have liked. The one thing that I did miss out on that I really wanted to capture, which I believe is called the Blackfriars Beer Mile, which is northeast London, and it was the dudes at the MK Beer Garden told me about it in the beginning of June, and I just didn't get time to get down there. So I did get a beer from one of the breweries called Pretty Decent. So I'm about to have that actually now because I grabbed that today. And I also learned it was called the Clapton Craft, not Clapham Craft, because I don't know why I was in Clapham, read it wrong. So my bad. Overall, definitely really, really cool scene. Extraordinarily impressed. As someone coming in from North America, we are very spoiled over there. And I did not feel that I was, overall let down. Once I found the stuff I wanted, it was A1. So with that said, thank you guys for watching and listening. Let me know if there's anywhere else you think I should add to my list for next time. I keep a perpetual list of places to visit wherever I go. So you should see my UK list is pretty bonkers, all the places that I still have to go to. So I'm always open to anything else you guys think that I should check out the next time I'm here, because I'm hoping this won't be the last time. So with that, thank you for watching and listening. If you enjoyed the episode, smash the thumbs up, which I can't really do. There you go. Hit the notification bell, and what do I say? What's the order? I can't remember. Check out the Long Form Audio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of that. We're on a bit of a hiatus for the summer for the travel reasons, but we'll be back in August 2026. Depends on when you're watching this. Follow us on social media at BAOS Podcast, and we will see you in the next one. Get in ya.